Hi students, today in this video we go for the remaining exercises of poem number 5, and the name of the poem is The School Boy. In previous video we saw the fill the blanks, MCQs and poetry comprehension, and now we go for the short question answers of this poem. And here are the short question answers of this poem. Number 1, find 3 to 4 words or phrases in stanza 1 that reflect the child's happiness and joy. In the first stanza, we saw in the poem that the boy, the child, is very, very happy. And now we have to mention those phrases or words that express, that reflect the child's happiness. So here the answer is the words, phrases that reflect the child's happiness are, here we have to mention 3 to 4 phrases or words. Birds sing on every tree, huntsman winds his horn, skylark sings with me. This all shows that the happiness of the boy, that the boy enjoys the company of these things, that the singing birds, skylark and huntsman blows his horn. So this is the answer, and now we go for number 2. And here is number 2, that what is the mood of the schoolboy? Here we have to mention the real mood of the schoolboy, that the schoolboy is unhappy. And number 3 is what makes the schoolboy unhappy? Which things makes him unhappy? Answer, he has to go to school even in a summer morning when there is so much to enjoy in the open fields and forests. The boy wants to live with nature, and he enjoys the company of the singing birds, and he enjoys to walk in the open fields and forests. Secondly, his teacher is cruel and the lessons are uninteresting. The first thing is that he enjoys the company of nature, and the second thing is that his teacher is cruel. The boy's teacher in the school is cruel and the lessons are uninteresting. He has no any interest in studies, so he makes unhappy when he has to go to school. So this is the answer, and now we go for the next. And here is number 4. Why does the boy compare himself to a caged bird? Why? Why he compared that like a caged bird? Answer, like a caged bird, the boy is also not free to do anything at his own will. He was not free to do anything according to his wishes. He wants to lead a life of freedom, but he can't because there are many restrictions on him. There are many regulations and many strictness on him, so he can't live in freedom. So he compares himself to a caged bird. And now we go for the next. And here is number 5. What is the poet's advice to parents of school-going kids? Here we have to mention the advice that given by the poet to the parents of school-going kids. Answer, the poet calls upon the parents to let their kids grow and play joyfully in early years. The poet advised to the parents that keep your child in a free environment and let them play in the joyfully in the nature. They should not restrict their natural activities. If they want to play in the open area, or if they want to walk in nature, then the parents should not restrict their natural activities, because the children grow very healthy and happily in the free atmosphere. So this is the advice to the parents of school-going kids, that keep them in free environment. So this is the answer, and now we go for the next. And here is number 6. Why does the schoolboy compare himself to a plant? Why he compare himself to a plant, that I am like a plant? Answer, a small child is like a tender plant. A small child is like a tender means soft small plant. If he is suppressed too much, he fails to grow to full size. If we put the regulation and strictness on the small child, then he is suppressed and he cannot grow very well. A tender plant, if crushed at the bud stage, won't bear any flower or fruit in spring season. A soft plant, if crushed at the beginning, means bud stage means beginning, means it won't bear, it can't produce any flower or fruit in spring season. So it not be useful if we crushed at the bud age of the plant. So like this, if we suppressed, if we controlled childhood of a child, then he cannot grow very well and he cannot become healthy. So that's why the boy compares himself to a plant. So these are short question answers, and now we go for the long question answers of this poem. And here are the long question answers. Number 1, in what way, according to the poet, are a schoolboy and a bird similar? Here we have to find the similarity between the boy and the bird, the schoolboy and a bird. What does the poet feel a school is like? How the poet describes the school, so we have to mention here. Answer, in school the boy has no joy of learning, he finds everything tedious. In school the schoolboy has no joy of learning, he is not interested in learning, he finds everything tedious, means very traditional, means very regular, very boring. He wants to be free as a bird and be in the company of nature. He wants to be free, means he wants to move here and there free, and he wants to be free like a bird, and he wants to remain with the company of nature. But the school does not allow this to happen. But in the school time, during the school hours, the children cannot go outside, they have compulsory to sit in the classroom for some hours. So the school does not allow him to be free. So, and now we go forward in this answer. There are strict teachers who deal with children in an authoritarian manner. So in the school there are very strict teachers who behave with children like an authoritarian manner, means very strict manner. Children are made to study books which they find uninteresting. Children compulsory have to study, and the books they find are very boring. That is why the boy considers the school a cage. So that's why the boy thinks that the school is like a cage. Just as a bird that wants to be free and soar high, the schoolboy yearns for freedom from the school. Just as a bird that wants to be free and soar high, means fly high, the schoolboy wants freedom from the school. But just as the caged bird, the schoolboy is compelled to be in school and cannot sing. But like a caged bird, the schoolboy has compulsory to be in a school, compulsory to sit in school, and he cannot sing. He cannot move here and there freely, and he cannot sing according to his wishes. The schoolboy has no sense of joy and remains in school with his wing drooping. The schoolboy has no sense of joy in the school. He not find any joy in the school and remains in school. He has to remain in the school with his wing drooping, means drooping means down. His wing means he had to suppress his wishes at the school time. So here the poet compared the poet compare a schoolboy like a caged bird, and the schoolboy and the situation of schoolboy and the bird are similar. And the school is like a cage. The poet feels that the school is like a cage. And now we go for the second. And here is number 2, that what message does the poet want to convey through this poem? Which message we get from this poem? The answer is the poet wants to convey a very practical lesson through this poem. The poet gives us very practical, very real lesson through this poem, that he wants that we should not bury the childhood of a child under a burden of heavy bags and books. The poet suggested to the parents that don't bury the childhood of your child don't cover the childhood of a child. Bury means cover. Under a burden of heavy books and bags, as a child loves to be closer to nature, stars, flowers than to this materialistic world. The child wants to enjoy the company of nature and the stars, flowers. The child likes these things more than the materialistic, means the realistic world. So the poet suggested to parents that make them free and let them spend the time with nature. So by that they can grow very healthy and happy in the life. So this is the message we get from this poem, and I hope you understood all the question answers very well. You have to repeat these question answers in your notebook. Thank you.